Spirit, I'm ready for you.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ebenezer Scrooge, come here. Come here and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the likes of me before?
Never.
Have you ever walked forth with the younger brothers of my family?
I don't think that I have. Have you had many brothers, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
Tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, what is the purpose of that great torch you carry?
From this torch, I sprinkle happiness on each person I pass by. And this happiness which I sprinkle on Christmas goes a long way, especially for those who are poor and less fortunate.
Spirit, I see. Last night I learned a lesson that is working now. Tonight, if you were to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe. Come, let us see how your clerk, Bob Cratchit, and his family celebrate Christmas.
Peter, did you smell the goose cooking?
Yes, I did, and the sage onion dressing too.
Yummy, I just love Christmas dinner.
Me too, and I'm getting really hungry.
Me too.
Whatever has gotten your precious father then? And your brother, Tiny Tim? And your sister, Martha, who wasn't this late last Christmas?
I think that the potatoes are almost ready, Mother. Shall I sample them?
Let's give them a few more minutes to cook.
Here's Martha, Mother.
Hurrah, Martha's here!
Martha, wait until you smell the goose.
Bless your heart alive, my dear, how late you are.
We had a great deal of work to finish up last night, Mother, and had to clear it away this morning.
Well, never mind, so long as you come home. Here, sit by the fire, have yourself a warm. Lord bless ye.
No, there's Father coming. Hide, Martha, hide!
Hide behind the table. We'll never see you there.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Father!
Hello, my dears. Oh, it sure is cold out there. Tiny Tim, go warm yourself by the fire. Why, where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming. Not coming on Christmas Day?
They're just kidding you, Father. Here I am. Merry Christmas, Father.
Merry Christmas, Martha. It's wonderful to have you home, my dear. And you all had me thinking she wasn't going to make it this year.
Merry Christmas, Tiny Tim. Martha, you had us worried.
Children, why don't you go into the kitchen and help your mother with the dinner?
I'll mash the potatoes.
I'll sweeten the applesauce. Come on, Tiny Tim, let's get you washed up. And maybe we'll hear the pudding singing in the copper.
Suppose someone got over the wall and stole the pudding.
I don't think we'll have to worry about that.
How did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold. Yeah, better. Somehow he gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much, thinks the strangest things you ever heard. He told me, coming home, that he hoped the people saw him in the church because he was a cripple. And he thought it might be pleasant to them to remember upon Christmas Day who it was who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. I believe he's growing stronger every day.
Christmas dinner is now served. Let's eat.
Oh, that looks wonderful. Well done, Belinda. Martha, my dear, you've outdone yourself.
Thank you, I think
Looks
the
like a
potato-
feast fit for the Lord Mayor himself.
Make way for the goose.
Well, there never was such a goose. My dears, shall we thank the Lord for our blessings? Dear Lord, we thank you for the many blessings which you have bestowed upon our family. We especially thank you for this bountiful feast which you've given to us on this glorious Christmas day. Thank you for my wonderful family and the love that we have to share. Amen.
Amen.
Now, Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat in the corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, no, oh no, kind spirit. Say he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it. It decreased the surplus population.
Mr. Scrooge. I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Founder of the feast indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind, and I'd hope he'd have the appetite for it.
My dear, the children. Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, on which one drinks to the health of such a stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Bob. Nobody knows it better than you, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink to his health, for your sake, not for his. Long life to him, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
Come on, Scrooge. Let us leave your clerk and his family alone to celebrate their Christmas. We have much more to see tonight.
What place is this?
A place where miners live, who labor in the bowels of the earth. But they still know me, and you will observe, despite the fact that they are cold and lonely, they still possess a cheerful Christmas spirit. Just watch and see.
Brr, sure is cold out here. The temperature must be below zero. I think we'd freeze to death if it wasn't for this fire. Are you doing okay, Jane?
I'm doing fine. My feet are cold, but I can't complain. This hot chocolate you made sure hits the spot.
Can you believe it's already Christmas Eve? Where has the year gone?
Time sure does have a way of escaping us, doesn't it? Merry Christmas to you, Joe.
Merry Christmas to you, Jane.
I wish I had something to give you. Something that might bring a little holiday cheer.
That's okay. Your friendship means more to me than any gift ever could.
You know, you're probably the closest thing I have to family here. I sure do miss my family, though, especially at Christmas time.
I can't think of anything more enjoyable than sitting in front of a Christmas tree with my family, some hot cider, and homemade cookies.
I can remember when my family used to sit around a blazing fire on Christmas Eve. After opening a few presents, we would sing Christmas carols till it was time for bed. I didn't realize how much I really missed that.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields where they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
Take hold of my robe, Scrooge. The night grows short, so let us continue our journey.
I give you credit, Fred. If he were my uncle, I would have given up a long time ago.
I have never heard of such ridiculous nonsense. And that's not all. Tell them what your uncle said to you yesterday, Fred.
He said that Christmas was a humbug, and he believed it too.
More shame for him, Fred.
He's a comical old fellow, that's the truth, and not so pleasant as he might be. But his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing to say against him.
I am sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
What of that, my dear? His wealth is of no use to him. He don't do any good with it. He don't make himself comfortable with it. He certainly doesn't have the satisfaction of thinking he's ever going to benefit us with it.
I have no patience with him.
Oh, I do. I'm sorry for him. I couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by his ill whims? Himself, always. Here, he takes it into his head to dislike us, and won't come and dine with us. What's the consequences? You don't lose much of a dinner.
Indeed, I think he loses a very good dinner. Yes, I agree.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear that, as I haven't any faith in these young housekeepers. What do you have to say, Topper?
Well, a bachelor like myself is a wretched outcast and has no right to express an opinion on the subject.
Do go on, Fred. He never finishes what he's going to say.
I was only going to say that the consequences of his not making merry with us, that he loses some pleasant moments, which could do him no harm. I'm sure he loses better companions than he could find in his own thoughts. But I mean to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not, for I pity him. He may rail at Christmas until he dies, but he can't but help think better of it if he finds me going there, in good spirits, year after year, and saying, "Uncle Scrooge, how are you?" I even think I shook him yesterday.
Oh, you did, Fred.
All right, enough about your old Uncle Scrooge, Fred. Let's play a game.
A splendid idea. I know. There's a fun new game to play called Yes or No. The leader thinks of something, and the rest have to guess what it is by asking questions that can only be answered with yes or no. I've heard of that game. It sounds fun.
All right, everyone. I've got one.
All right, is it an animal?
Yes?
Is it a live animal?
Yes?
Would you keep one as a pet?
No.
Is it a mean animal?
Yes?
Does it growl a grunt?
Yes, and yes.
How many legs does it have? Yes or no questions only. Sorry, I forgot.
Would you find one in London?
Yes.
Would you find one on sale in the market?
Definitely not.
Walking the streets, then?
Yes.
I know. It's a horse.
No.
Is it a cow?
No.
How about a bear?
No.
It's a pig, then?
No, sir.
I got it. I know what it is, Fred. I know what it is.
Well, what is it then?
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
You are absolutely right.
Hey, wait a moment. When we asked if it was a bear or not, the answer should have been yes, not no. He's more bear than anything.
All right. All right. He's given us plenty of merriment, I'm sure. It would be ungrateful not to drink to his health. So I raise my glass to him, and I say, Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man, whatever he is. He wouldn't take it from me, but may have it nevertheless. Uncle Scrooge.
They like me, and I didn't even know it. I would just like to thank you all for...
Come along, Scrooge. Our time together is very brief, and it must not be wasted.
Spirit, you look older to me. Are Spirit's life so short?
My life upon this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight. Ha! The time is drawing near.
Forgive me, Spirit, but there are two children hiding in the corner of the room. Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's, and they cling to me, appealing from their fathers. This boy is ignorance. This girl is want. Beware them both and of all their degree. But most of all, beware this boy ignorance. For on his brow I see that written, which is doom, unless the writing be erased.
Have they no refuge, no resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no
I am in the presence of the ghosts of Christmases yet to come. You are to show me shadows of the things that have not happened, but will happen in the time before us. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. But as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, and as I know your promises to do me good, I am prepared to bear you company and to do it with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? Lead on. The night is waning fast, and I realize that it is precious time to me. Lead on.
No, I don't know much about it. All I know is he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter with him? I thought old Scratch would never die.
God knows. I only wonder what he's done with his money.
Left it with his company, perhaps. He hasn't left any with me, that's all I know.
It's likely to be a very cheap funeral. No, I don't know anyone who would go to it. Suppose we make a little party and volunteer.
I don't mind going if lunch is provided. But I must be fed if I go.
Well, between the two of us, I am the most disinterested. For I never eat lunch and I never wear black gloves. But I'll offer to go if anyone else will. Come to think of it, I'm not all that sure that I wasn't his best friend. For we used to stop and speak whenever we met. Well, I best be going. Bye-bye then.
Bye-bye.
Spirit, who are these men talking about? Is it my old partner, Jacob? I suppose it could be, but that is the past, and you are to show me things that are yet to come. Spirit, is there any person in this town who feels emotion caused by this man's death? Show that person to me, I beg you.
Mommy, my feet are getting cold.
I know, dear, but your father will be here soon, and then we can go home and get warmed up.
But what if that man takes our home?
Now, don't you worry about that. Everything will be just fine. I promise you.
Look, there's Papa now.
Well, dear, is it good or bad?
Bad.
We are quite ruined?
No, there is hope yet, Caroline.
Only if he relents there is. Nothing is past hope if such a miracle has happened.
He is past relenting. He is dead.
Is it true?
But the half-drunken woman who I told you of last night said to me, when I tried to see him and obtain a week's delay, and what I thought was a mere excuse to avoid me, turns out to have been quite true. He was not only very ill, but dying then.
I feel terrible that I'm actually happy because of his passing. May God forgive me for rejoicing at his death.
May God forgive both of us.
To whom will our debt be transferred?
I don't know, but before that time, we shall be ready with the money, and I doubt our next creditor will be as merciless as he was. We may sleep tonight with light hearts, Caroline.
Spirit, I see, I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. Why is it that the only emotion you can show me caused by this man's death is one of pleasure? Let me see some tenderness connected with the death.
Leaving that region, they traveled through Galilee, where he tried to avoid all publicity. He did this in order to spend more time with his disciples and teach them. He would say to them, I, the Messiah, am going to be betrayed and killed, and 3 days later I will return to life again. But they did not understand and were afraid to ask him what it meant. And so they arrived at that place. When they were settled in the home where they would stay, he asked them, what were you discussing out on the road? But they were ashamed to answer, for they were arguing about which of them was the greatest. He sat down and called them around him and said, anyone wanting to be the greatest must be the least. He must be the servants all. And he took a child and set it in the midst of them. He embraced the child and said to them, anyone who welcomes a little child like this in my name is welcoming me. And anyone who is welcoming me is welcoming my Father who sent me.
The color hurts my eyes. They're better now. It makes them weak by candlelight, and I wouldn't want to show weak eyes to your father when he comes home for all the world. It must be near his time.
Past it rather.
I think he's walked a little slower than he used to these last few evenings, Mother.
I have known him to walk with. I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulders, very fast indeed.
And so have I.
And so have I.
But he was so light to carry, and his father loved him, so that it was no trouble at all. And there's your father now.
Hello, Father.
Hello, Father.
Hello, my good family. How is everyone? Oh, that looks splendid. You've made good progress. You'll be done long before Sunday.
Sunday? You went today then, Robert, to see where his little grave will be?
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have gone. It would do you good to see how green a place it is. But you'll see it often. I promised him that I would walk there on a Sunday. My little child. My little child.
Don't mind it, Father. Please don't be grieved.
We must be strong. And we must be thankful that we have each other. And I know that however or whenever we part from one another, I know we shall never forget poor Tiny Tim, shall we? Or this first parting there was between us.
Never, Father.
And I know, my dears, that when we recollect how patient, how mild he was, although he was a little child, we shall not easily quarrel amongst ourselves and forget poor Tiny Tim in doing it.
No, never, Father.
I'm very happy. You all make me very happy.
Inspector, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. But before you leave me, tell me what poor wretched man those people were talking about in the street. And I beg you, let me behold what I shall be in the days to come. This street, this is where my place of occupation is. I can see my counting house from here. Spirit, my counting house is yonder. Why do you point away? Please, just let me look into the window to see the future of myself. Churchyard? Is it here that I am to learn the name of an unhappy man? Before I draw near to that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or shadows of the things that may be only? Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends to which they must lead, but if those courses be departed from, the ends will change. Say it is thus with what you show me, Spirit. Am I that man they were talking about? No, Spirit, no. I will not be the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been. Why show this to me if I am past hope? Oh, good Spirit, pity me and assure me that I may change the shadows you show me by an altered life. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three will live within me. Tell me that I may sponge away the writing on this stone. Please, I beg you. I will change. I will. I am not the man I was. I will change. I will. Please let me change. Please let me change. Oh, please. I am not he. I will not be him. Oh, I am a changed man. I swear it. I am a changed man. I will not be him any longer. I'm in my own room. I'm alive. Oh, Jacob Marley, I'm alive. I promise to live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three will live within me. Oh, thank you, Jacob. don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. Oh, a Merry Christmas to everyone. A Happy New Year to all the world. Oh, hello there. There's the dish the gruel was in. And there's the door by which the ghost of Jacob Marley entered. And the corner where the ghost of Christmas presents stood. It all happened. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know anything. Christ, baby. Never mind. I'd rather be a baby. Oh, what a glorious, glorious day. What's today?
Eh?
What's today, my fine fellow?
Today? Oh, it's Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Sure, they can do anything they like. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know the poulterer in the next streets but one?
I should hope I did.
Intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Do you know if they sold the prize turkey that was hanging there? Not the little one, the big one.
What? The one as big as mine?
Delightful boy, it's a pleasure to talk to him. Yes, my buck.
It's hanging now.
Is it? Go and buy it and tell him to bring it here. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. You have him at my front door in less than 5 minutes, I'll give you half a crown. I'll send it to Bob Cratchit's house. He shan't know who sent it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. I have so much to do today. First, I must get ready for church, or go to church this morning, and then I must stop by my nephew Fred's house to see if his invitation to Christmas dinner still stands. Oh, I need to write down the directions for the poulterer to get to Bob Cratchit's house. And I must find that man who's collecting money for the poor. I shall give him a healthy donation and include a great many back payments in it. What next? I just must get ready for church. I don't want to be late. And money for the poulterer. That means poulterer at the front door, right on time. I'm coming!
I'm so hungry, I can't wait for Christmas dinner. But in the meantime, Martha, I thought I could beat you in a game of checkers.
You think so, do you? Well, we'll have to see about that.
I've been practicing.
Well, I'm afraid that you met your match now, Tiny Tim.
It's a giant turkey, Tiny Tim. It barely fit into the oven.
Do you think that there'll be enough meat to feed the entire family, Belinda?
Yes, for an entire week and then some.
I honestly don't know who sent the turkey, my dear.
I hope it wasn't sent to the wrong address.
Well, you saw the tag, my dear. It said to the Bob Cratchit family, Camden Town. There's no mistake, I assure you. Even the poulterer said it was sent anonymously by a friend of Bob Cratchit.
I know. It's your Christmas bonus from Mr. Scrooge.
You're very funny, my dear.
Father, there's someone here to see you. It's Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge?
Cratchit? What do you mean by taking the day off?
You said I could have it off. It's Christmas, remember.
Step over here. Now, I am not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer, my friend. Therefore, I'm about to raise your salary. A Merry Christmas, Bob. A Merry Christmas I've given you in many a year, my fine fellow.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, it is I, Mr. Scrooge. And believe it or not, I will not only raise your salary, but I will endeavor to help your struggling family in any way that I can. And we will get Tiny Tim well again. We will.
Well, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all, and infinitely more. Unto Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city knew. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well. may that truly be said of all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless us, everyone.